da 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 dum da 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 dum. Imeshkache Yerushalayim Tishkach Yemini Yerushalayim Tishkach Yemini Tidbak Leshoni Lechiki Hilula Eskirechi Adadai I die 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 I lie dum dum da da dum dum. And da da dum 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 da dum dum. And da da dum dum da dum da da. Da da dum da da dum dum da 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 da. Da da dum da 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 da. Da da dum dum da 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 da. I da 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 da. I da 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 da. Da 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 da. I da 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 da. Da 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 da. I da 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 da. Da 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 da. Welcome, welcome. I am Rabbi Yosef Goldman, here in person with Dan Blacksberg. It is such a treat to be making music with another musician for the first time in a very long time. Feels like learning to ride a bike again.
Yeah, dust those cobwebs off.
Yeah. And we are here for the Hilula for Lag BaOmer with Hadar's Rising Song Institute and Romemu and Nitzotzot and Cholent. And before we go any further, want to acknowledge that tonight has been a painful, deeply tragic night. Earlier this evening in Israel, celebrants went up to Har Miron to celebrate Lag BaOmer at the burial place of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, there was a stampede, and looks like there were dozens of people that were killed and even more that are now in critical care. And we're dedicating our music, our service, our offering to Ilui Nishmatam, to elevate the souls of the dead and for the healing in body and spirit of all those who are affected tonight. And so we are going to turn now to hear some words of Torah that were recorded for us by Rishe Groner, who is a dear friend of ours and who was celebrating Lag BaOmer in Jerusalem tonight. Rishe was supposed to be at Meron, decided at the end to stay in Jerusalem, and has recorded for us a video from a bonfire in Jerusalem soon after they learned about this tragic moment in Meron. And tonight we're going to also have the opportunity to hear words of Torah from founder and spiritual director of Romemu, Rabbi David Ingber, coming up soon after Rishe.
Good morning, everyone. This is Rishe here in Jerusalem, where in the forest we are sitting with our fire. We just heard the news from Meron, the sacred place, the burial place of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, the man whose Hilula we celebrate this evening. And it's been really strange because we're in a most magical place. We have a full moon above us. We have the earth with us. We have the fire. And I thought I would be in Meron this evening. I really tried to get there. And when it didn't work out, I was pretty devastated, actually. I spent most of the earlier part of my evening trying to be present where I am. And now it's the other way around, where we've heard of what's happened. We're trying not to look at our phones and get too much of the details, and instead be present here in holding this space and being in this moment of Rabbi Shimon's energy, the energy that says Shemen Sason Mechaverecha. Rabbi Shimon is about the bonfire, the oil, the wicks, the flame, the body that holds us to earth, and the energy that wants us to fly. And this day of Lag BaOmer is about being in the middle, being in the integration, being on the way to revelation, and coming from the trauma, and being in this moment of counting, where we turn around and we sit by the fire and we dance, and we have our feet on the ground and we have the fire above. And I pray for all people, all beings, that everyone be safe, that the teachings of this evening no longer need to be taught, that we can receive in ultimate surrender, in Hod Shebahod. And as we're singing here in the background, that we may love, that we may take upon ourselves the mitzvah of loving each other, loving one another as we love ourselves, or to love ourselves. It's a really hard time. On one moment we celebrate, one moment we mourn, and we're holding the celebration here in a prayer, in a real prayer. May all beings be blessed. Bizchut Rabbi Shimon, in the merit of Rabbi Shimon, and the energy he brought to the world, that yes, the energy that we can live on the earth with our feet on the ground and have our fire burn.
Grateful to Rishe for checking in with us from Israel. Now, a chance to hear some words of Torah from Rabbi David Ingber.
Yes, and for Chaverim, dear friends, it's a strange thing to gather together to celebrate the Hilula, to celebrate the account in the Zohar, the 13th century, but in the tradition, in the Zohar, the text that was revealed to Shimon Bar Yochai according to the traditional understanding, to celebrate the ecstatic leaving from this world of Shimon Bar Yochai. And as Rishe said so powerfully, that it's, again, why should this day be any different than any of the other days, as it were, that we've lived through in the last couple of last year, certainly, of being able to hold things together that are usually separate in some way, being invited to both celebrate and at the same time now to mourn. It's horrible, horrible news out of Israel. And I think that the day itself has this quality to it, meaning not exactly clear when Lag BaOmer became what is now called Lag BaOmer, but certainly when Lag BaOmer started to become this holiday, it attracted some of the teachings about what took place until Lag BaOmer. The Talmud says that the students of Rabbi Akiva, that throughout the first 33 days of the period of the Omer, or at least throughout it stopped, right? There was a magefa that stopped, a plague, or some kind of death for 24,000 students or pairs of students of the Rabbi Akiva. So there's a quality of Lag BaOmer that invites an end to something and the beginning of something else. But here it's a continuation in many ways of some of the things that we've had to experience, unfortunately. And here it's just, again, a night that we thought we would be, but we're lifting up their souls, and we're acknowledging that what Rishe said is really true. That the essence of the teaching of Shimon Bar Yochai, at least as it's understood by the tradition, is in the Zohar. And maybe the biggest teaching of the Zohar is found in many places, where the Zohar says that until the Zohar came along, it said about itself, all of the teachings, the religious paradigm until the Zohar, at least, again, in the way the Zohar understood itself, was based on fear, on a certain yirah, a certain quality of religious feeling that is connected to the sanctity of separation, the sanctity of fear, a little, in a way, the sanctity of the holy as something other. And the Zohar says, in the name of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, says that Anan b'chavivus etal yemilsa, that we, the Zohar, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, and all of those who are represented by the Zohar, we hang everything on love. Anan b'chavivus etal yemilsa. We connect ourselves to the mitzvah of love. And it's such a profound thing to celebrate. It's a profound thing to say that's the quality that stops, as it were. Not the actual plague, vaccinations and other elements are that which stops a plague, but to some extent the greatest plague, of course, is a sense of separation we have one from the other, to be able to see brothers and sisters, siblings, as other instead of as part of one big family. And that's the biggest tikkun of the Zohar, or of the mystical teachings of our tradition, is to invite a reflection on that which unites us. V'ahavta l'recha kamocha. It's a klal gadol b'Torah. That to love our neighbors as we would want to be loved. Or more profoundly, to recognize that we are all interwoven one with each other, right? Lag BaOmer. Anan b'chavivus etal yemilsa. We hang everything by this cord of love that is connecting all of us in some profound way. You know that, friends, it's the Lag BaOmer, of course, is not only a celebration of the 33 days that brought us into this moment, but also the 17 days that are remaining between now and Har Sinai and Mamad Har Sinai. And the 17 days between now and Mamad Har Sinai, says the Bnei Yissaschar, has the numerical value of the word Tov, goodness. And he writes, Vayar Elohim es ha'or ki tov, and God saw the light and it was good. And that alludes to the 17 days that are from Lag BaOmer until Mamad Har Sinai. That in some way, the capacity to see the hidden light in things and to offer the hidden light from within ourselves is really what's at stake as we make our way towards Sinai, towards Gilui, towards revelation. So this is the charge, right, on a day like today, is that with the grief and with the mourning and with the shock of it, is that the profound truth of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai and what he represented, or what this day represented for our people, is as relevant as ever, right? Anan b'chavivuta tal yimilta. We sing for love. We connect for love. And in the days between now and Shavuot, we are inviting ourselves and others with every choice we make to be a little bit connected to the hidden light that is Vayar Elohim es ha'or ki tov, a hidden light that we hope so desperately that will be revealed, a hidden light in every nook and cranny of this complicated and beautiful world, that we might bring that light forward. So I want to bless all of you tonight as you sit and sing with Dan and with Rabbi Yosef, is to pray for those souls and to dedicate ourselves to being a little bit more connected to the light of V'chavivusa, the light of love. Thank you for inviting me, and blessings to all of you.
Thank you, Rabbi David. Share now. Welcome everyone who's joining us on Facebook. If you would like to come and join us here on Zoom and see more faces, and see wherever you're finding this, whether it's Romu, Rising Song, Nitzotzot, you'll find a link to join us in the Zoom room. And we're finding a way to celebrate Lag BaOmer tonight amidst the complexity of emotions and the pain and the grief that Rishe and Rabbi David talked about. And so now we're going to sing some songs that were sung tonight and are sung every year at Meron in honor of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Le'ilui nishmat, those who died tonight, to elevate their souls. Lechaved atano Elokai Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. 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 Ve'amartem kol echai 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 Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Ish Elohim kadoshu ashrei ayin yatahu lev chacham yaskil pihu Adonenu Bar Yochai. Ve'amartem kol echai Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Ve'amartem kol echai Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Ding da 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 I da 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 I da 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 Baruch hu mipi elyon kadosh hu me'erayon me'or galil ha'elyon Adonenu bar Yochai ve'amartem kol echai Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai ve'amartem kol echai Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai milchama bedat Torah temima male mada vechochma Adonenu bar Yochai ve'amartem kol echai Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai ve'amartem kol echai Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai Darash kol talumot be'oz v'tatzumot ala ma'alot ramot Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai ve'amartem kol echai Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai ve'amartem kol echai Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai da 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 Uchba betoch me'ara mipi ha'gezera Sham lamad sitrei Torah Adonenu bar Yochai ve'amartem kol echai Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai ve'amartem kol echai Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai da 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 Visham nivra maya lo charuv machalo matov chelko vechevlo Adonenu bar Yochai ve'amartem kol echai Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai ve'amartem kol echai Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai da 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 la zecher tzadik livracha dinrecha uvarecha zacha verabim zika Adonenu bar Yochai ve'amartem kol echai Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai ve'amartem kol echai Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai Yochai nimshachta ashrecha shemen tzatzon mechaverecha Bar Yochai nimshachta ashrecha shemen tzatzon mechaverecha Bar Yochai shemen mishchat kodesh nimshachta mimidat hakodesh Nasat ציץ נזר הקודש חבושה ראשך פרח המשכת אשריך נאמן צאצון מחבריך בר יוחאי מושלת טובתה יום נסעת יום אשר בחרת בימר הצורים שעמדת שם קנית אותך דרך בר יוחאי לקחת אשריך שמן ששון מחבריך ביוחאי עצי שיטים עומדים, לימודי אדוני הם לומדים, או מופלא, אולי קודם יוקדים, הלא המה יורוך מורך. ביוחאי ליסטי תפוחים, עלית ללקוט בו מרקחים, סול תורה כציצים מופרחים, נעשה אדם נאמר בעבורך. בנחי המשכת אשריך, שמן ששון מחבריך. ביוחאי נזרת בגבורה, ומלחמת אשתת השרה, וחרב הוצאת מטרה, שלפת נגד צורריך. ביוחאי נמשכת אשריך, שמן ששון מחבריך. ביוחאי נמשכת אשריך, שמן ששון מחבריך. ביוחאי בקודש הקודשים, קר ירוק מחדש חודשים, ושבתות סוד 50 קשרת קשרי שין קשריך. ביוחאי נמשכת אשריך, שמן ששון מחבריך. ביוחאי נמשכת אשריך, שמן ששון מחבריך. זר זר חיה וקיימה, זר זר וקיימה, זר 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 חיה וקיימה, זר חיה וקיימה, זר זר דילוי ותוק, ודילוי ותוק, עדדדין דילוי וסוק, ודילוי ותוק, מפסגה רייסון, זר זר דילוי וסוק, ודילוי ותוק, דילוי וסוק, ודילוי ותוק, מפסגה רייסון. היי זר זר חיה וקיימה, זר חיה וקיימה, זר חיה וקיימה, חיה וקיימה. זר חיה וקיימה, זר חיה וקיימה, זר חיה קיימה, חיה וקיימה. היי זר זר חיה וקיימה, זר חיה וקיימה, די 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 Zarachaya Vikayama, Zarachaya Vikayama, Zarachaya Kayama, Chaya Vikayama, Zarachaya Vikayama, Zarachaya Vikayama, Zarachaya Vikayama, Chaya Vikayama. Amar Rabbi Kive, Ashrechem Yisrael. 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 Ashrechem Yisrael. Ashrechem Yisrael. Ve'amar mikvei soel Hashem. Ve'amar mikvei soel Hashem. Mikve mitaretz atmeim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu mitaretz Yisrael. Mikve mitaretz atmeim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu mitaretz Yisrael. Dididai dai 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 dai. Ai dai 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 dai. Ai dai 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 dai. Ai dai 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 dai. Ai dai 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 dai. Ai dai 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 dai. Ai dai dai dai. Ai dai 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 dai. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I da 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 da. I da 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 la da da. I da 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 I da da da. I da 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 da. Ve'amar mikvei soel Hashem. Ve'amar mikvei soel Hashem. Mikve mitaretz atmeim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu mitaretz Yisrael. Mikve mitaretz atmeim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu mitaretz Yisrael. Diddy da la da 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 dum, diddy da 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 da, I da 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 da, hi da 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 dum, a da 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 dum, da 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 da, I da 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 da, hi da 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 da, a da 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 dum. A da 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 I da dum, a da 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 dum, a da 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 dum, a da 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 da, I da 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 dum ba dum ba, I da 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 da, and I da 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 da. I da 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 dum, I da 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 da. Aderes ve'amuna, aderes ve'amuna lechai olamim. Habina ve'abracha, habina ve'abracha lechai olamim. Agaiva ve'agidula, agaiva ve'agidula lechai olamim. Adeya ve'adibur, adeya ve'adibur lechai olamim. olamim. Ahol ve'ahadar, ahol ve'ahadar lechai olamim. Avad ve'avatikud, avad ve'avatikud lechai olamim. Hazach ve'azoar, hazach ve'azoar lechai olamim. Hachaya ve'achosen, hachaya ve'achosen lechai olamim. Ay, Didam 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 I didam 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 I didam didam I didam didam I didam didam I didam I die 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 I die 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 mind die die I die 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 I die 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 I didn't da 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 I didn't da 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 I didn't da 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 I didn't da 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 dum 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 I da 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 I did it da 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 I da 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 I da 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 I die 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 da 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 I die da 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 die 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 I die 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 da 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 I die die da 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 I die die da 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 I die da 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 mind die die I die 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 da 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 I die die da dum dum I did dum da dum da 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 I did dum da dum da 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 did dum da dum da 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 I did dum da dum da dum dum I did da dum I did da dum bum ha did da dum dum I did dum da dum I die 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 da dum dum I die da dum I die die I die die da dum da die die I die da dum dum I die die da da dum da da die die I die da da dum I die die I die die da da dum da da dum dum I die die da dum dum I da dum da da dum da da dum dum I da dum da da dum da da dum dum I da dum da da dum da da dum dum I da dum da da dum da da dum hi I da dum da da dum da da die I da dum da da die da da dum dum I da dum da da dum da da dum dum I da dum da da dum dum die die hi da da dum da da die die hi da da dum da da die hi da da die da da dum bum hi da da dum ba da dum I die die da da dum ba da dum bum I da da dum I die die I da dum ba da dum bum I da die da dum dum I da dum da da dum dum I da dum I da da I da dum da dum I da dum da. We have a chance to hear some more words of Torah from Rishe Groner, recorded for us from Jerusalem. First, I want to take a moment to welcome all those who are joining us, who came to us through Romemu, Hadar's Rising Song Institute, Nitotzot, and Cholent. And it's really special to be able to gather together on this night when we're holding such a range of emotions, celebrating Lag BaOmer with all of this wonderful music that has been sung for generations on Lag BaOmer at Meron, bringing together Eastern and Western music, and also holding in our hearts those celebrants who earlier tonight at Har Meron, at the Kever of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, died in tragic group accident. And so for those who are just tuning in, I'm Rabbi Yosef Goldman. This is my dear friend, Dan Blacksberg, and what a pleasure it is to be able to make music together in person.
Yes.
If there's anything you wanted to say.
We tried doing this a couple months ago, and it's really great that, it was worth the wait.
Yes, thank God. So, thank Aliza Rivka, who's covering our tech needs and making sure that we have all that we need tonight. Aliza, do you have the next offering from Rishe for us?
Oh, yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Rishe and I want to talk a little bit about an aspect of BaOmer that is related to its component in the mystical framework called the Sfirot. Sfirat HaOmer, the counting of the Omer in Hebrew, also has an additional layer of meaning through the framework of Jewish mysticism, of Kabbalah, which has within it 10 distinct energetic building blocks called Sfirot. And these range from open-hearted, flowing, loving kindness, all the way down to embodied, expressive creativity. And each one of these Sfirot has their own unique aspect and their own unique element. Now, we only count 7 weeks of Sfirat HaOmer, and with each week we embody a different one of these energies, and each day we take another one of those same energies and we map them against each other. So we end up with 49 unique energies for every single day. So what makes BaOmer really incredible and really potent is that BaOmer is held during the week of Hod. Hod is a word, as per all the Sfirot, that has many different translations. Hod is glory and splendor, radiance that shines outward. Hod is also humility and modesty and surrendering. Hod is also acknowledgement and awareness and holding gratitude. And Hod, the way I see it in this personal journey of growing every single day, is that Hod is an opportunity for us to think about, what don't I have? Where am I not actually amazingly, perfectly complete? And I need to ask for help from others. Where is it okay for me to say, you know what? I can be vulnerable. I can say, yes, last week the energy of Netzach was all about being strong and determined and keep on going till the end and overcoming obstacles. But with Hod, I say, you know what? I need to take a moment for myself to see where I need to fill in some gaps, to see where other people can help me, to see where I can look and acknowledge all of the bounty, all of the beauty that's around me, and recognize how much help I'm receiving every single day from the universe. Hod is vulnerability that gives you power because you're able to be vulnerable and show your weaknesses without shame. Hod is an opportunity to say, my face is bare. I'm not wearing my makeup. I'm not adorned, and yet I am glowing brilliantly and beautifully. Everything that I do is radiating out of me because I am so humble. I am so vulnerable. I am so surrendered into the truth of who I am. So on the night that we celebrate Hod Sheba Hod, the Hodness within Hod, we are in a state of ultimate surrender, ultimate vulnerability, ultimate openness to allowing the universe to give us what we need and to find the help that we need from others instead of saying, oh yeah, I can do it all on my own. When we step into Hod, we're a little more than halfway to revelation, because that's the Sfirat HaOmer process. It's about revelation. We've been going from trauma, from the experience of leaving Egypt, from the experience of being on these deep, deep levels entrenched in Tuma. Tuma meaning trauma, meaning something that does not have us as our best selves. And we're moving upward every single day with our count to get to this pinnacle, this revelation, this Sinai moment. And every single day we pass through something else. And every single day it's part of our journey. It's one day at a time, one ritual at a time. But when we hit Hod, we get an opportunity to say, look at everything I've done so far. Look at what an amazing journey I'm on. And step into ultimate surrender. I'm not trying to control everything. I'm not worried about the outcomes of everything. I trust. I'm vulnerable and I know that I'm cared for. I can jump off the cliff and be held.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Rishe, for your Torah. Yes, just thinking about that teaching of vulnerability, of trust in the vulnerability. And we're holding again the memory of those who died while we're still celebrating. And so we are once again grateful to Romemu and Rising Song Institute and Nitzotzot and the Cholent Chevra for coming together for this celebration. And can find in the chat here the new podcast from for BaOmer from Rising Song Institute, and also our dear friend Alana Brody's the next installment of her month of ER healing series, music and healing that by artists who wrote in this year of pandemic. This coming Monday night in partnership with Hadar's Rising Song Institute. And we're going to take you out with a couple more songs, and wishing everyone peace and safety tonight. And thank you again to Rabbi David Ingber and to Rishe for sharing your words of Torah with us. And to my dear friend Dan Blacksberg, who it is just such a pleasure to be able to make music together. And Bezrat Hashem, please God, we will all continue to come together and share beautiful music together.
It's going to happen.
ועל ידי זה יושפע שפריו בכל העולמות, ועל ידי זה יושפע שפריו בכל העולמות, ועל ידי זה יושפע שפריו בכל העולמות, ועל ידי זה יושפע שפריו בכל העולמות. da-da-dam, da-da-da-da-da-dam, ein da-da-da-dam, da-da-da-dam, ein da-da-da-da-da, ein da-da-da-da-da, ein da-da-da-da-da, ein da-da-da-da, ein da-da-da-da-da, ein da-da-da-da-dam, da-da-da-da-da, ein da-da-da-dam, ein Shazos Shas Rachamim Veis Ratzon Milfonecha Shazos Shas Rachamim Veis Ratzon Ay milvonecha Tie Shazos Shaz Rachamim V'yeis Ratzon Ay milvonecha Tie Shazos Shaz Rachamim V'yeis Ratzon milvonecha Shaz Rachamim V'yeis Ratzon Oy milvonecha Te'etach Shazos Shaz Rachamim V'yeis Ratzon Oy milvonecha Te'etach Shazos Shaz Rachamim V'yeis Ratzon Oy milvonecha Te'etach Shazos da da ba 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 da 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 ba 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 ba. We'll close out with a night song. Kumi roni roni balayla roni balayla ledo shashmuro. Kumi roni roni balayla roni balayla ledo shashmuro. Kumi roni roni balayla roni balayla lerosh hashmurot. 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 Ahai ahai shifri kamayim kamayim libech nochach b'nei Hashem. Ahai ahai shifri kamayim kamayim libech nochach b'nei Hashem. Kumi roni roni balayla roni balayla lerosh hashmurot. 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 Kamayim, kamayim libech nochach b'nei Hashem. Ahai, hai, hai, lai, lai, lai. Shifri kamayim, kamayim libech nochach b'nei Hashem. Da 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 and da 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 and da 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 and da 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 and da 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 I da 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 dum dum. Di da 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 da, bruna da 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 dum, bidin da 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 da, da 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 dum da 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 da, bruna dum da 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 dum da 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 dum, bruna dum da dum da 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 dum. Aha. Da 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 dum, da dee da 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 dum, da 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 da, dee da 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 dum. Aha, oh, da 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 dum, dee da da da. da da dum dum, dee da 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 dum, da 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 dum dum, dee da 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 dum, da 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 dum. Dee da da dum da 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 dum dee da da dum dee da da dum da da dum da dum da 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 dum be da dum da 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 dee da da. Once again, thank you everyone for joining us tonight, especially everyone who came onto the Zoom to be together in our face-to-face here. May this be the beginning of a lot more music, Be'ezrat Hashem, when we come back together in person. There is wonderful information here in the chat about upcoming concerts for healing music with Ilana Brody and so many wonderful artists with the Hadar's Rising Song Institute. Encourage you to please visit also risingsong.org, visit romemu.org, check out the wonderful programming that's coming up from those groups, Nitzotzot as well, and Cholent, which meets 3 times a week on Zoom these days. Thank you to the sponsors. Thank you to Rabbi David Ingber. And for Rishe Groner, all the way from Israel, sharing words of Torah, to Aliza Rivka and Josh Fleet for all your support, and to my dear friend and colleague Dan Blacksberg for coming out and making music tonight.
Thanks to Yosef for inviting me to make some great music.
Wish everybody a good night, happy BaOmer, and a good Shabbos.